السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. We are back with Raheeq al-Makhtum, and now we are in the Meccan stage, and Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is giving da'wah, and many people have accepted Islam till now. I mean, many in the sense, more than 80, I guess. And a lot of people are accepting. So Meccans are taking notes now, like what's happening. Should we decide about Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam or not? المجلس الاستشاري لكف الحجاج عن استماع الدعوة. Advisory. Istishari is advisory, where they consult each other, and that's what they used to do. No, the chiefs, they used to gather and and discuss, because it was not like a king was there, where he has his courtiers and all that. They were chiefs of each tribes, and they had to gather and discuss what's going on. وخلال هذه الأيام أهم قريشا أمر آخر. I think it's a fatha because during those days is ظرف, so it's a خلال هذه الأيام. And during these days, Ahamma is to become busy or serious concern. Have Quraishan is the object of this. Ahamma Quraishan amrun akhar. That means another matter became a serious concern for the Quraysh, became important for the Quraysh. وذلك أن الجهر بالدعوة لم يمضي عليه إلا أيام أو أشهر معدودة. Because the jahr bid-da'wah, now the da'wah is jahr, is open proclamation. Lam yamdi, mada yamdi is to go, did not. So he says the da'wah did not go on except days or ashhurin ma'duda, or some months, hatta qaruba mawsimul hajj, mawsim, until the hajj season had come. So now the dawah is open. So they were fearing like, oh, we are going to get Hajj season now, pilgrimage season, Mawsim. So people will come, they'll accept Islam, and then this will happen. So they were fearing. وَعَرَفَتْ خُرَيْشٌ, I think the عرفت feminine, أَنَّ وُفُودَ الْعَرَبِ سَتَقْدَمُ عَلَيْهِمْ قَدِمَ يَقْدَمُ. And Quraysh knew that the clans of Arab delegates, wufud, وفد وفود قدم يقدم, so ستقدم عليهم, will come on them, that they are going to come. فرأت أنه لا بد من كلمة يقولونها للعرب. And it's the thought, that is a Quraysh thought, أنه لا بد, it is necessary from a word, يقولونها للعرب, they have to say it to the Arabs. Now Rasulullah is, you have to have something united, like a slogan. They have to have for Arab, because if everybody says, oh, don't do this, don't do that, they'll be like, oh, everybody's saying different things. It's not like one united stands against them. The defense is very weak. في شأن محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم حتى لا يكون لدعوته أثر في نفوس العرب. حتى لا يكون في شأن محمد, in the matter of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, and so that they would not have any matter. حتى لا يكون لدعوته, so that there will not be for his da'wah أثر, an effect. An effect with the da'wah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam في نفوس, in the selves of, in the souls of Arabs, في نفوس العرب, in the hearts of Arabs, you could say. So they wanted to push away the Arabs. فاجتمعوا إلى الوليد بن المغيرة. So they gathered with Walid ibn al-Mughira, who's Khalid ibn al-Walid's father, and يتداولون في تلك الكلمة. يتداولون, speaking by turns. How do you translate? To take turns. يتداولون, to take turns. To take turns. يتداولون في تلك الكلمة. Tadawala, tadawalu is to alternate. So these guys were alternating between speech. Fi tilka al-kalima, what what should be that kalima? One kalima. Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has a kalima, la ilaha illallah. What should be our kalima? What should be our stance towards it? فقال لهم الوليد. Walid said to them, أجمعوا فيه رأيا واحدا. Gather one opinion. Don't have different opinions. أجمعوا فيه رأيا واحدا ولا تختلفوا فيكذب بعضكم بعضا. And don't differ, or else what will happen? Some of you will deny the others. Like one guy is saying this, so there'll be contradictions. فيكذب. It cannot be يكذب. يكذب is to lie, but here I think it's يكذب, to reject. So one of you reject the others, I mean unknowingly, unintentionally. ويرد قولكم بعده بعدا. ويرد قولكم بعده بعدا. And some of you, some of it, يرد, how it's يرد, not يرد. رد يرد is to refute also here. Reply, refute. يرد قولكم بعده بعدا. And some of you, I mean some of your speech will contradict the other. قالوا فأنت فقل. So they said, you say. نعم, you say. فأنت فقل وأقم لنا رأيا. And establish for us an opinion. رأيا. نقول به, we will say it. قال بل أنتم فقولوا. بل أنتم فقولوا أسمعوا. But you say. He's like, you say. People are saying, you say. You're like, أنتم تقولوا. أنتم قولوا. بل أنتم فقولوا أسمع. You guys say, I'll listen. قالوا نقول كاهن. Okay. Then they said, okay, we will say كاهن. Let's say kahin. Kahin is a soothsayer. Soothsayer is the one who tells future and all that. Kahin. Kahin. قال لا والله ما هو بكاهن. He said, by Allah, he's not a kahin. He's not a soothsayer. لقد رأينا الكهان فيما هو بزمزمة الكاهن ولا سجعه. لقد رأينا, we have surely seen al-kuhan. So zamzama is like dandana. As-sawt al-ba'id. They'll be saying, no? The kahin, the soothsayers, will have some zamzama, which they'll keep repeating. Wala saja'uhu. And it does not have the rhyming also. Because what they used to do, the soothsayers, they used to speak with saja, like rhyming. Now, everything they'll try to rhyme, and that is saja. Bikalamin manthur, fixed lines, poetry, or something, you know, and it has some weight to it. So that is called saja. In balagha, you learn saja. That is ending rhyming, or, you know, saja al-kalam al-muqaffa. غير الموزون والجمع. It's called saja also. It need not have wazan, but that is not. So the soothsayer, they used to speak with all this saja. So we know he doesn't have these things. قالوا فنقول مجنون. We'll say he's mad. Come on. I mean, everybody could agree he's mad. قال ما هو بمجنون. He's not a mad person. ما هو بمجنون. لقد رأينا الجنون وعرفناه. They said, we have seen madness, what it is, and we have known. He's not mad. He's not mad. I mean, anything we tell, Walid says, no, he's not this. He's not this. Then, okay, fine. Let's, he's not even kahin. He's not majun. ما هو, and he says, ما هو بخنقه ولا تخالجه ولا وسوسته. No signs peculiar detectable. So he has some words for that. So khanq is like strangulation, throttling. So he says he does not have the strangulation. Maybe mad people, they have the speaking impediment, So he says, ما هو بخنقه. He does not have the, how do you say, strangling or suffocation kind of. ولا تخالج. تخالج is possession, jinn possession, possessed by jinn, takhaluj. Um, and he does not have any suffocation, like roaming here and there, maybe. And he does not have khalaja yakhliju, is to be preoccupied, possessed. And wala waswati, no whisperings like that of a mad person. قالوا فنقول شاعر. They are going softer and softer. They start with kahin, then majnoon, now sahir. Let's say he's a sahir, he's a magician. Oh, sorry. فنقول شاعر. We'll say he's a poet. قال ما هو بشاعر. He said he's not he's شاعر. And then he gives again, he's trying to show his expertise in every subject. And he said لقد عرفنا الشعر. We know what is poetry. كله رجزه وهزجه وخضيضه ومخبوده ومبسوطه فما هو بالشعر. So he has some words. رجزه. So rajaz is a meter, poetic meter. رجزه. All this are بحور العربية, بحور الشعر. مقبوض is also something taken. مبسوط, something is long, kind of. So he says we know all these things. There are so many بحور العربي, بحور الشعر العربي, like الطويل, المديد, البسيط, الوافر, الكامل, الهزج, الرجز, الرمل, السريع, المنسرح, I think, الخفيف, المضارع, المقتضب, مقتضب, المشتث, المتقارب, المتدارك. These are called بحور الشعر العربي. Someday we should start, I should start studying. I don't know anything about بحور. البحر الطويل, البحر where it's long, طويل, مبسوط, المديد, البسيط. Yeah, this is بسيط, البحر البسيط. And then البحر الكامل, البحر الوافر, حزاج, رمل, some different like scales. Allahu A'lam. فما هو بالشعر. So he says this is not شعر. He says I know all of this, the different buhur and all that. Quran is something else, doesn't fit in any of these things. قالوا فنقول ساحر. قال ما هو بالساحر. He's not a magician. وما هو بالساحر. لقد رأينا السحار وسحرهم أو سحرهم. So sahir, plural is sahiruna. Sahratun is also used in the Quran. And suhar. Suhar. We sihrahum, and we have seen the suhar magicians and their magic. فما هو ب, again it's talking about the specific things. نفثهم ولا إقدهم. It does not have the blowing of the magician. نفث ولا إقد. And it does not have the tying. عقود. I think aqd, it should be with a fatha, aqd. Iqd will become a necklace, but it should be aqdihim. Allahu a'lam. Wala aqdihim. Ultimately, he is himself saying. First he said, you say, you say, you say. And then he himself, قالوا فما نقول. What should we say now? What should we say? قال والله إنا لقوله أو إنا لقوله لحلاوة. He used two lams. Wallahi, indeed his speech is, where the plottings, they have a map here. Al-Walid ibn al-Mughira al-Makhzumi is plotting as the Prophet ﷺ, his attitude towards the Quran. I don't know what this map says, but it was happening in Makkah, Quraysh. Okay. Blowing in knots. So when he admitted that his speech, he said, Inna laqawlihi lahalawa. He has sweetness in speech. And he's now praising. Inna li qawlihi. It should be takasra. Inna li qawlihi lahalawatun. Wa inna alayhi la talawa. And it has talawa also. Talawa is polish. Polish. Splendor. وإن عليه لطلاوة وإن أصله لعذق. Adhaq is like From what I understand, he's talking about وَإِنَّ أَصْلَهُ لَعَذَقْ. Its roots are heavy, has fruits. وَإِنَّ فَرْعَهُ, and its top part of the tree is describing to a tree, لَجَنَاهُ. So what is reaped from the fruits is called janatun, the harvest. So the roots are full of, even the roots are full of fruits, and the top part is also full of fruits, kind of. Allahu alam. وَمَا أَنْتُمْ بِقَائِلِينَ مِنْ هَذَا شَيْئًا إِلَّا عُرِفَ أَنَّهُ بَاطِلٌ. And whatever you say, it'll be known that it'll be false. وَإِنَّ أَقْرَبَ الْقَوْلِ فِيهِ لَأَنْ تَقُولُوا. And the أقرب القول, the closest of speech in his matter, that you say sahirun, you say magician. Okay, you said all these things, but I think you should call him sahir, magician. جاء بقول هو سحر, and he brings a speech which is magic. But which type of magic? Not any type, simple type. يفرق به بين المرء وأبيه, with differences between, creates differences between the man and his father. Right? This is the magic which has an effect, and this is what is happening. No, so there's some truth to it, because if a person becomes Muslim, he doesn't agree with his father. So that's what they want to highlight it. وَبَيْنَ الْمَرْءِ وَأَخِيهِ, and between a man and his brother. وَبَيْنَ الْمَرْءِ وَزَوْجَتِهِ, between a man and his wife. وَبَيْنَ الْمَرْءِ وَعَشِيرَتِهِ, and between a man and his clan, his tribe. فَتَفَرَّقُوا عَنْهُ بِذَلِكَ. So they all dispersed with that. Dispersed with that. They said, okay, this is what we'll agree, that his magic separates between everyone. It creates differences between everyone. وتفيد بعض الروايات أن الوليد لما رد عليهم كلما عرضوا له قالوا أرنا رأيك الذي لا غضاضة فيه. And in one of the narrations, I don't know if they translated that, لما رد عليهم أن الوليد لما رد عليهم, when he responded that, oh, this is not correct, this is not correct. كلما عرضوا له, everything that they presented to him, قالوا أرنا رأيك الذي لا غضاضة فيه. So it's غضاضة with the fatha, لا غضاضة فيه. There is no shortcoming, deficiency, fault in it. There is no fault in it. لا غضاضة فيه, which there is no fault in it. فقال لهم أمهلوني حتى أفكر في ذلك. Leave me until I think about it. Leave me until أفكر في ذلك. أمهلوني, أمهل يعني leave me some time, give me some time. وظل الوليد يفكر ويفكر حتى أبدى لهم رأيه الذي ذكر آنفا. He thought and thought, then until he told his view, which was mentioned just now. Anifan means just now. Briefly, I mean, in previous Anifan. وفي الوليد أنزل الله تعالى 16 آية من سورة المدثر. And because of this thinking of this guy, Walid, Allah revealed Surah 16 verses. وفي خلالها صور كيفية تكفيره. And during that, there are pictures of, there are scenes of his, how did he think? Allah says, إِنَّهُ فَكَّرَ وَقَدَّرَ. Verily he thought, and qaddara is to plot. فَقُتِلَ كَيْفَ قَدَّرَ. So cursed be he, let him be cursed, let him be killed, cursed, how he plotted. ثُمَّ قُتِلَ كَيْفَ قَدَّرَ. And then again he let him be cursed, how he plotted. ثُمَّ نَظَرَ. Then he looked, or thought. ثُمَّ عَبَسَ وَبَصَرَ. Allah is describing all his facial features. Then he frowned, and he looked in a bad tempered way. Basar. Basara yabsuru with a sin, with a sad is just to look. And basara, busur is to scowl, frown. Basara wa basar with a sin. Thumma adbara wastakbar. Then he turned back. He's roaming here and there. Thumma adbara wastakbar. Then he turned back and he had takabbur. He was proud. وقال إن هذا إلا سحر يؤثر. Then he said, this is nothing but magic from that of all. يؤثر. إن هذا إلا قول البشر. This is nothing but the word of a human being. وبعد أن اتفق المجلس, and after the sitting group, they agreed upon على هذا القرار, on this decision, أخذوا في تنفيذه, and they started implementing it. تنفيذ is to implement. فجلسوا بسبل الناس. These guys sat on the path, sabil, subul, الناس حين قدموا للموسم, where they were coming from the mausim, the season, Hajj. So they were sitting on the path, right? They actually sat down on the way. لا يمر بهم أحد إلا حذروه إياه وذكروا لهم أمره. Nobody used to pass by them except that they used to warn him. Okay, so they come here, you'll meet a man, he's a magician, he'll divide people, and they warned him, Iyahu. So negative marketing is also marketing, no? So at least people became curious. They got to know that there's a prophet now. Lahum amrahu. Amma Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. As for Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he did his job, right? فخرج يتبع الناس. He left following people, or يتبع الناس, we could say, following the people. في منازلهم, in their manazil. Nazala is to get down. So that means when you travel, you have to make a camp or something. That's called nazala also. You put your luggage down and all that. في منازلهم وفي عكاظ. And he also went to the Ukad and Majanna, Wadil Majaz. These are the markets these people have. يدعوهم إلى الله, calling them towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وأبو لهب وراءه يقول, and Abu Lahab was used to go behind it. So Abu Lahab's job was be behind Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. لا تطيعوه, he used to say whatever. After he used to go and say, he said لا تطيعوه, don't follow him, and to contradict. فإنه صابئ كذاب. He's صابئ. Sabe they used to call Muslims, whoever becomes this thing, and he's a liar. He's kadhab. Na'udhu billahi min dhalik. Sabi'un kadhab. And people used to believe, his uncle is saying. You have to, his uncle is the one who knows him better, his relative. So they'll be like, okay, maybe he is lying. وَأَدَّ ذَلِكَ إلى أن صدرت العرب من ذلك الموسم بأمر رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم وانتشر ذكره في بلاد العرب كلها. However, what happened that led to, you got publicity, everyone, they're doing it for us, that the Arabs in that season, they got to know the matter of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, وانتشر ذكره, and his dhikr mention spread في بلاد العرب كلها, in all of the lands of Arab. This hadith, which was, he was in the house, and some of the narrations, it looks like it is a mursal hadith, because I'm seeing this book at Ta'liq ala Raheeq al-Makhtum, and this looks like mursal. Allahu a'lam. So this thing is a weak hadith. That, believe me, I'll think about it, but the verses obviously was revealed. For this, you have to go back to الصحيح المسند من أسباب النزول. He has Muqbil ibn Hadi al-Wadi'i rahimahullah ta'ala has his book, which is أسباب النزول, which is authentic. Naam, inshallah ta'ala. We'll read now أساليب شتى لمجابهة الدعوة, the various techniques where they try to stop the da'wah, and they try to stop it. So he mentions 3 techniques. One is making fun of them, then giving doubts, spreading doubts among them, and trying to stop them from listening to the Quran by telling stories. And then he goes to the next topic, inshallah ta'ala. We'll look into the 3 techniques which he mentioned, inshallah, in our next class. Barakallahu feekum, Jazakallahu Khairan, Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.